Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. Today, I've got some breaking news for you guys regarding crypto.com. There has been a lot happening in the crypto space overall. I want to address with you guys and for the crypto.com community specifically. But what's beautiful about this video is it ain't just going to be me chatting about it today. I've got some wonderful, beautiful people, Oscar Ramos and CoinBaron, both joining us here today at the Crypto Report to talk about all things going on. Shout out to you guys. How's it going, Oscar? How's it going, CoinBaron? Welcome. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much for, joining once again on the CROCast episode 3. Everybody, shout out to the Crypto Report, and let's have a conversation. I think so much happened in 1 month. So much happened. I'm so ready.
How about you,
so many things happened, but still the price seems to be very stable. So I think we're going to talk about a lot of things, but because in the main wall, of course, we got a new president. So a lot of stuff to talk about today.
That we do. Yeah, and I think one of the craziest things about this whole situation right now is, we have the president. When he got elected, we boomed, right? And then we were waiting on inauguration day. We pumped. We hit 109K on inauguration day. And now we're just a couple days into this presidency. You'd think we'd be exploding. And sure, there's some random coins popping off today. There's a couple that are down quite a bit as well. There you go. We'll talk about, the Trump meme coin here in a little bit. But just looking at Bitcoin, on inauguration day, it was at 109. Today, it's at 105. I want to get your guys' take on this, just generally speaking. Now you've got him in power. We have one crypto executive order, which we'll chat about in a second. But generally, I want to get your vibe for this whole market, and we'll get into Kronos and crypto.com later. Why, in your minds right now, is this market stuck? We have a pro-crypto president in the U.S. He's signed an executive order that looks good. What is holding this market back? Do you guys have any ideas of your own right now as to why the temperature in the room is what it is? Oscar, go ahead.
Well, I think getting stuck at 105 BTC is not a bad idea. We're not crashing to 60, 70, 80, 90. In fact, we just don't go below 100,000 to the 99 or so. We just have to wait a little bit longer for things to settle. The guy's been in the job for less than a week, and there's already a lot of things going on. Plus, if you want to know the public perception of crypto right now, people are aware of it, but still there's some, nuanced learning curve. Remember, it's the first time that there's a crypto president that we are enacting executive orders in the last 24, 48 hours. I mean, there's other more dramatic issues that people still are not aware of, which means that it's going to take a while for people just to catch up. We're the ones that are seeing it live 24/7, but the millions in the US alone, but CoinBaron, in Europe as well, people are not really caring much till they do. And that's when FOMO comes and we make our money. So I would say, Q1 2025, just look at that beautiful chart right on BTC. We're doing really well right now. I'm not panicking. I'm adding up. That's my own not financial advice strategy on many different cryptos, and it's truly. I'm not expecting, because everybody wanted Bitcoin to explode. That's why it's not doing it. But when people completely lower their guard and say, okay, this is going to continue like that. Boom, 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 boom. That's my take. And just be ready, guys.
Absolutely. CoinBaron, how about yourself? Oscar's got a great point here. We're not doing so bad. If you go from the bottom, Bitcoin's up over 6x, 577% gain. We got over 6x for Bitcoin. So, how do you feel about the mood? How do you feel and about this market right now with this new pro-crypto president here in the USA from your side of the pond?
I agree a lot with Oscar here, because what I'm noticing myself is that from across the pond, the news that is coming in from Trump is mainly the Gulf of America and a bit of the crazy side of his ideas and of his deals. The other thing, the more crypto-related stuff, it's not really coming to the mainstream media. And if you compare it to 4 years ago, the previous cycle, we had COVID and everyone's inside. Everyone could follow social media 24/7. And people from the crypto industry that came really on their feet. And that's not happening right now. Maybe with TikTok becoming back online again in the US, it's coming maybe back again to retail. But once retail gets aware of what's really happening, what's going on with those bills, then I think we might actually see new attempts at breaking the all-time high. But again, I'm honestly not feeling that bad about Bitcoin because it's only about $3,000 below the all-time high. The only thing, of course, what people are feeling is altcoins. People are really struggling.
I totally agree with you. And, you know, and I look on X and I feel like people seem really defeated. I don't know about you guys, but, and by the way, to everybody watching, Oscar, you've probably seen his channel. He's got the most subscribers out of anybody here, crushing the 100,000 mark and almost 150 already. Unbelievable. CoinBaron's been doing YouTube for a very long time. He's got awesome content. Subscribe to both of their channels. But I don't know about you guys over on your side, Oscar and CoinBaron. In your comment section right now, what I've noticed is the retail speaking up. And I see a lot of people on like my Shiba Inu or my Dogecoin videos right now, right at this very moment, they're giving up. I see a lot of them giving up. I'm going to sell it next time it pumps, or, oh, forget this coin, it's done. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, it feels like right as they're at this kind of moment of defeat, like retail, regular people like you, like me, just normal folk, right when they're going to give up is typically the time where historically I feel like we've absolutely exploded. And when we zoom out, Oscar, you're exactly right. This thing's been doing well. CoinBaron, I feel so good that we are holding up for Bitcoin right now where we're at. I want to get your guys' take on a little bit more about this kind of broader crypto news before I dive into Kronos specifically, because we need to set the stage for what the temperature in the room is for Kronos. You want CRO to pump? We need some broader market moves to happen. CoinBaron, you said it beautifully. Altcoins are struggling. We're all feeling that right now. CROCoin, it's an altcoin. You got some meme coins in the Kronos ecosystem, folks. That's an altcoin. So now we have him coming out. He wants to make big language world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. He didn't give an executive order for crypto on day one, but day two, he did come out. Now he's elected. That should be bullish. We come out with this executive order, strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology. And of course, in this, he goes through a lot. But some of the main points to this are, one, that he wants to start working on a strategic reserve. And then two, he wants to get the regulations in place. They've even got a timeline where they say within 180 days of this order. To me, reading the language, it kind of looks like that's their ultimate timeline. In 30 days, they want the Department of Treasury and the Department of Justice to get their stuff in order. Within 60 days, they want it basically on the desks for potential revisions of these documents. Do you think that these timelines are realistic? Do you think that there's a world where we don't actually see a Bitcoin reserve? Or do you think that we're going to see something bigger than a Bitcoin reserve? And Oscar, I'm sure you got a lot of thoughts on this because I know you've been doing a lot with XRP. Maybe you tap into some of the conversation about the drama there between the XRP and the Bitcoin reserve. What is your take on this? And do you think we're going to hold to the timeline? How do you think this actually plays out in the long run, guys?
Well, I mean, it's bold. It's what we needed. And I think a lot of Bitcoin, mainly Bitcoin only backers, I mean, multi-billionaires, billionaires, institutions, they're really happy because this is what they've been pushing. We see a few companies in the crypto sector like Ripple trying also to tell Eric Trump and the family, hey, Bitcoin is great for storage and more. But remember, the technologies that are running many payment rails are not Bitcoin, is Ripple, Stellar, and more. So digital assets embody so many different flavors and projects and teams, not only Bitcoin. The drama right now is happening is that the Bitcoin strategic reserve, it's something that Bitcoin maxis wanted to happen now, but it's not yet official because there's other people like Brad Garlinghouse with Ripple trying to lobby or push a crypto strategic reserve, diversifying the attention, and Bitcoin people, maxis, right, are mad. And that's what they're calling names. Not necessarily what I'm here for as far as the crypto industry. I think we should be more together and push it. But hey, welcome to the crypto conversation. kind of like coming back to crypto.com, right? Coming back to the CROCast, coming back what you guys are here for, Kronos and CRO. Crypto.com should remain neutral, and it is neutral. Crypto.com is not taking sides for XRP or Bitcoin. No, Crypto.com is going to be an exchange that is going to be, we welcome new investors. Let's teach them, let's help them, and let's put good, safe, and the best technologies for them. That's it. That's what Crypto.com should be focusing on. And that's why Chris, yes, was at the Trump inauguration a few days ago, and he was so, it looked like he was more than excited, ready to work with the administration and with the entire council, right? There's the video that, you know, we watch. So to me, the time is now to not only continue building, but let to the surface all of those great tools that you've been building for 2022, 23, 24, because there's going to be competition. Obviously, everybody wants the attention of Donald Trump. Everybody wants the attention of federal money. Everybody wants, hey, my project is the best. Pay attention to me. I mean, I get it. But right now we're seeing, if you can pull up that picture where Chris is like, what is the #1 finance application? And that is, my friends, Crypto.com. And you can see down Coinbase, Robinhood, Moonshot. I mean, why? Well, I'm sure that we're going to be touching on this a little later, right? The Crypto.com exchange is live in the US at last, after years of me, CryptoKiv, and many other different content creators waiting since 2020, 2021, when MCO back in the day and other ones, they're like, it's coming, you know. But 4 years ago, we had Gary Gensler and other different individuals that made it impossible. So, yeah.
You make a great point. There seems to be, and it's always been like this, and it's the same with meme coins. It's the same with the XRP army and like Cardano maxis or Bitcoin maxis. Everybody gets into this, or Crocoin maxis, right? You've got everybody's like, duh, this is the one. And it's always a beautiful idea, guys, to be well diversified. No doubt, you know, Kronos is a beautiful play. Obviously, we see all the things happening with crypto.com. You make some great points there. I do agree with you. I think we need to kind of see it all come back together. CoinBaron, what are some of your thoughts here? Like, is the timeline going to be a fast one or a slow one? Do you care if it's a Bitcoin reserve, or do you want to see it be, a full-on altcoin reserve like a Garlinghouse might be pushing for, and some of the others in the crypto space? What are your thoughts on that situation right now?
Honestly, I don't really care what kind of stuff is in that reserve. As long as we are talking about crypto, it's going to be adopting, helping the adoption of crypto in general. I think a Bitcoin would be a good start, but let's see. Regarding the timeline, I'm actually quite bullish, because I do know that Cynthia Loomis, a senator from Wyoming, has been working really on this proposal for already a long time. She's also been talking about this exact subject at Bitcoin 2024, and I think you guys been there, right, together? Yeah. So as long as she's working at a commission, I think she has done a lot of preparation already beforehand. So I think they're ready. So I think the timeline is very much feasible. And also it falls nicely within what I think will be the bull market timeline for 2025 as well.
I do agree with you. I think the timing of it all is great. And I do think that a lot of people are losing sight of that, again, because the altcoin season hasn't come yet. But when you really look at the 4-year cycle and you understand that, you're right, Cynthia Loomis has been working on this. Donald Trump has his government working very quickly with all these executive orders. They've already got this one out. We do have the language of the stockpile, but we don't have specifics as to what it's going to be. And I agree with you. I don't care if it's Bitcoin. I don't care if it's altcoins. Just give me one. If there's going to be a stockpile with a variety of altcoins, we're going to see Bitcoin in it. And so, in the meantime, do we want to box everybody out? I know that one of the things that has caused a lot of pain for altcoins has certainly been this Trump meme coin as well. Do you guys have any thoughts on this meme coin launch? Was it a successful launch? Was it a problem for crypto? I see a lot of comments on my comment section saying this meme coin ruined the altcoin market. Do you guys blame the Trump meme coin to ruin the altcoin market? Or do you just think it's some of the same old, plays go up, plays go down? We're waiting on altcoin season. Do you have any thoughts on this one? And right after this, guys, we're really going to dive into Kronos, but we got to kind of set the temperature in the room again for this broader space. Oscar, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted a crypto president, and we got a crypto president, but he happens to be a billionaire that launches water, fragrance, and all kinds of different products. Well, obviously, I think a crypto meme coin is not that surprising. For those who got in early, like me, not super early, but decently early, then we got, we left with a nice profit. And that's nice. That's the purpose of a Solana meme coin, right? When it first launched, people were like, why Solana? And obviously, Ethereum was just like crickets. Solana was doing really well. This happened last week. I think that we cannot just avoid or just block the president to launch whatever, because he does have a company, War Liberty Financial, and they're buying Ethereum on the, all kinds of Link and more, and Ethereum. So at least he understands that crypto and digital technologies are here to stay, and he's loading up to catch up with Michael Saylor and other different beasts when it comes to Bitcoin, right? I think it's just a money-making machine. A lot of retail, actually not millionaire people, became millionaire last week because of this. I do agree that I think the timing for Melania is horrible. I dislike it. I don't know why we have a Melania coin, but like I said, you just have to be prepared for whatever they throw at you now that they have a team behind, the cryptocurrency for the president. You take a look at the price, you could argue that they rug pull everybody. You could look at the price and say, well, why are they not pumping but this meme coin? Because there was liquidity sinking from other different projects, especially in Kronos. As soon as the token was pumping through the roof, Solana meme coins, Kronos meme coins, Base meme coins, Ethereum meme coins, everybody was suffering. Now it's kind of coming back to light. But it just comes to show that this 4 years, guys, is gonna be something that we've never seen before. And that goes good and bad. Bad right now, maybe because you feel like it's taking a little longer. It's like, okay, when will it start? But good, because when it does kick off, not only us, like our community in crypto, we can put up with we can take any project if we go and stand, like follow behind a project from zero all the way to, I would say, 50 to 70 billion dollars if we all come together, like 50 to 60, let's say, billion dollars. But that's putting all of our resources from everybody. When crypto actually kicks off, $100 billion is not gonna be surprising. $100 billion for Doge, 50, 60, hopefully for Shiba Inu or more. And I mean, that's what I'm expecting sometime this year. And that's when you and I finally say it happened, because we've been waiting forever.
Yeah. Do you think that first of all, CoinBaron, I know Oscar participated with this a little bit, took his profits. Beautiful, beautiful. CoinBaron, did you dabble with this at all? I know you're less of the meme coin guy, but I know you pay attention to him, brother. I know you pay attention to him. What's your take on this? How do you feel about it? Did you play with it?
I saw it pop up at about 10 billion, so pretty early, but I don't really touch those meme coins with a 6-foot pole, especially when it's political. I find those dangerous, but it's really a personal thing. And I think Oscar is right. People are free to create tokens, do whatever they want. And I just finished watching The Apprentice, really talking about the early days of Trump. And I think like the Trump family, they are business people in the end. And with their company as well, it does make sense to also try out these new ventures as well. So I think it's fitting the narrative really of what the Trump family is. And well, does it really bring in new eyes to crypto? I think it does help. I mean, if it's really the president launching this token, it brings in new people that discover Solana, new people that discover crypto. So I think in the end, it's an overall positive. But well, I didn't make any money.
That's all right. A lot of people didn't. Solana blockchain actually basically went down as a result of the Melania coin specifically. I agree with you, Oscar, too. Like, I think it was a disaster when they launched the Melania coin. Nothing against Melania, but who's more important, Trump or the first lady? Always the president, whether it's, Trump or somebody else. So In the end, if there's going to be one that survives, I'd say it's the Trump coin. I don't know how long Melania coin has to last. I don't know if the Trump coin is going to last. I have a feeling that it will. But I also agree with you, Oscar. I think we're going to see a lot of $100 billion, $50 billion market cap coins. And we just haven't seen the big moment. And CoinBaron, you made a good point saying, you know, I don't know how many people this brings into the crypto space, but I do think that it brings in a lot. And one of the reasons I think it does is look at how quickly, let's pivot to crypto.com right now. This is a great segue. Look at how quickly crypto.com, first of all, they just launched their US exchange, right? How beautiful is this? But on top of the US exchange launch, right around this inauguration and this Trump meme launch, they added in their app, which was a beautiful, they're on top of the marketing plays. They knew the Trump meme coin was hot. So what did they do? In the App Store, if you go to downloadcrypto.com, you see buy Trump and BTC is what they're advertising for people that haven't downloaded the app, is what, you know, you would expect, right? They're trying to bring people in that haven't downloaded the app. In the past, you've seen Shiba Inu kind of be that coin, buy Bitcoin and Shib. At one point, it was buy Bitcoin and Pepe. Now it's buy Bitcoin and Trump. What do you think about crypto.com's approach here and how do you think they're doing in terms of cozying up with this administration? And considering their front row at all these events, like, do you think it's going to be the number one exchange? Like, do we think that this is going to be the top dog? Because I'm not really seeing much else in terms of other exchanges getting front row seats. I didn't see the Winklevoss. I didn't see any of them on TV, but what are your thoughts? How is crypto.com positioned here with this administration? And are they making the right moves? Does this make you feel more bullish, less bullish? Oscar, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think it makes me feel more bullish. And if you go to Chris, page, that's one, right? There's one that says job's not done. And when CoinGecko kind of like shows all those large centralized exchanges in 2024, it's that one up. If you scroll up all the way up, and then you will see it, close the next one, that one, 2024 centralized exchange spot. So you can see how the beginning of 2024, it was Binance still taking a 44%, lead, but all the way at the end, December 2024, what do you see? Binance is 35%, and crypto.com has gone from like a 3 all the way to an 11. Comes to show that crypto.com is taking a higher place, in people's minds, especially in the United States, in trillions. This is so much money, guys. Now, we have seen how CRO, or the CRO app, right? Crypto.com app, they've changed that from BTC to CRO, BTC to Ethereum, BTC to Shiba Inu, just kind of like whatever is trending. So I wasn't surprised to see BTC CRO, Trump. It was obviously a nice launch for a lot of exchanges, those early ones, and crypto.com was much earlier than Binance and Coinbase and Robinhood even. So is it on Robinhood? Yes, it is on Robinhood. So crypto.com, they understand, right, the game. They're on top of it, and they're gaining a bunch of money from it. So they're successful. They're going to be successful. That's why on my channel and on my, on X, I just tell people, never fought against crypto.com, because they're gonna let you know with money and with facts how they're just doing very well. Talking a little bit about CRO, the price of the token, that's something that it's not doing what I think the exchange is doing, which is dominating those volumes. The CRO token finds itself at 13 cents that you're seeing right now on the screen. And you all, we'll have a conversation about CRO on a weekly, monthly basis on our channels. And what I'll say is, I've seen, the frustration. I've also seen, the reaction as far as leave CRO for this, leave CRO for that, sell your CRO, or just don't invest in CRO, or use CRO as a reward token, right? Burn CRO even as well. Or how about Kronos chain? When are we going to see more people and builders, right? Well, it's all tied to what people are bringing, especially when it comes to volume and money. And is Kronos chain ready for 10 more projects, 100 more projects? I think so. How we can bring those here, that's the job for, I think, the devs and even more people, that are in charge of this community. Us as a community, we're going to be welcoming whoever, but it's not like we work for Kronos chain in a way. That's the way I see it, right? higher price for CRO does help out people invest, and CC posted something which I've shared, right? It's on my X as well, but CC is supporting Binance and also the BNB token. If you go to the CC Twitter page. So some of the things that the community we have seen and we are pointing out. So it's more about patience. It's just understanding how Binance is not crypto.com. Crypto.com is not Binance. It's just different ways of business. And I'm all for it. I think we're going to see financial success. Maybe not as much as we want with CRO, but through crypto.com with a successful and, with the protection and really nice exchange that we deserve. We should be able to see that with all the meme coins, the crypto baskets, the stocks, interest rates, and all of that they offer. So I'm excited for the future on that one.
Me as well. And yeah, the price action's slow right now. One thing with the launch of that Trump meme coin was kind of an endorsement of the Solana chain. And, you didn't get Trump coin launched on Kronos chain. So, with the frustration that comes with this price action, I think we got to kind of zoom out and understand, well, why other chains are more exciting right now. Well, Solana's more exciting because the biggest memes ever have been launched on it. And now the president basically endorsed it. But CoinBaron, what are your thoughts on kind of everything we're talking through here regarding the price of CRO, regarding how crypto.com has poised themselves with this presidency, with the administration, and with some of their quick moves?
Yeah, first, the launch of the US exchange, of course, is huge because I honestly don't like to use the crypto.com app because of the spread. So if you do large volume trading, you need something like a proper exchange. So having the crypto.com exchange to get cheap CRO is great. And also on the 29th, we will get the launch of the CRO token on Kraken as well. So we get more and more ways to actually trade CRO. And with more volume, I do think we'll actually see increase in the price once more. I think on the stream of the Crypto Report, I think Friday, you saw a nice uptrend again, starting with an escape from a decline, at least for the CRO token. So I really hope that next week we might see a bit of a bounce again for CRO. Yeah, like you're seeing on this chart here. Really, it might be that we start to escape this blue line. Yeah.
Yeah, these little simple uptrends, you're exactly right. And I'm hopeful. I mean, I'm hopeful this is good. I'm hopeful this stands. If we do look at not Doge versus BTC, if you look at CRO versus BTC, man, CRO versus BTC is struggling, and that might concern some people. But if we look at the reality of the situation, we're not in altcoin season, right? We're just not. Bitcoin dominance is rocketing. It broke through as well. Bitcoin dominance is breaking through this kind of downward angle as well, showing more strength. What does that mean for CRO? That obviously means more weakness. One thing we were chatting about before we kind of went and started actually recording was, Kronos and getting more users. And you were talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, Oscar, and just some of these other people coming into these spaces, but not coming into Kronos. Why do we think this is? And, what could be the reason for this? Do you think it's altcoin season? Do you think that altcoins are not going to come back? Do you think that it's only about one ecosystem and it's just a Solana game? Or do you think it's too early to tell? Yeah. What are your thoughts on Kronos chain specifically and like the Kronos memes, for an example?
Look, I'm just going to make this statement. Solana, I think it's a little easier to onboard people to. Solana, I think it's just simple as Phantom Wallet and CA. That's it. Phantom Wallet and CA, contract address. That's it. That's all you need. Because that's what I've seen on X. I mean, that's what I've seen people need. Give me the CA. That's all I need. I'll just swap some Solana from Phantom. I don't need to create an exchange account. I don't need to create another type of account, connect, link, send money. No, nothing. Just the CA. Phantom is easy enough. So that's one. And two, well, it will take a while for people to change from the Solana ecosystem, speed and easiness of use, all the way to a little bit, more complicated and understand new communities inside the Kronos chain and all the new protocols that we have. And CK, EVM, POS, that's maybe a lot for people. So Kronos is, I think to a lot of people, developers, a little bit more of a long-term relationship where you gotta get to know people and start building for the masses that are eventually gonna be crypto.com users. Rather than Solana Phantom is whoever comes in, kind of like people already know on their back of their heads, this might not be a long-term. This is just gonna be like a weekly type of thing where you can come in, swap some Solana for the meme coins, and then get out, because if not, you're gonna get rug pulled. So, and that's okay for them. There's so many different tokens right now. It's buying Cristiano Ronaldo. I saw it yesterday. Like, it's obviously not Cristiano Ronaldo official token, obviously, but somebody decided to launch Cristiano Ronaldo, and they didn't select Kronos chain. They didn't select Ethereum. They didn't select Base. They went right straight to Solana. And one of the things now, it's validated, right, by having Trump coin there. So bottom line is, why would you launch something outside of Solana knowing that Solana already has everyone looking at it? It's like if we had Trump coin on Kronos, imagine that dream reality, people will come flooding to Kronos because they want that volume, they want that money, they want that liquidity. What happened a year ago with CAR and crypto.com, there was so much going on here that we have whales coming from Solana, and obviously they took their money and left us, right? But that's the reality. I'm bullish. It's just that we need another catalyst for Kronos. And for many, many months, I was doing my job pushing a crypto.com listing. Some people didn't like that, but I don't care. I know what it takes, and we need money. We need new eyeballs. We need new investors, regardless which way we get it. And crypto.com is listing Trump and Lani and all kinds of Solana meme coins. How about us? And people got tired of it. Some people already left, sold their Kronos meme coins because they're like, I'm not going to wait for you all forever. Crypto.com, do something, right? So it's an interesting relationship that we have. Obviously, I mean, we're too early. You said it. Altcoin season is not here. It might take us another 3 months to finally see some action. How many people are willing to wait 90 more days, right? Seeing Bitcoin skyrocket, Ethereum do decent, and XRP do very well, but Kronos is just in shambles. So this is the year that many people will take super important decisions.
Absolutely. And people are questioning. This is the moment where we're ready. It's like we're waiting for the big show to begin, and everybody is kind of like getting to the starting line right now. I feel like ready for that altcoin season. And so it's so easy to go to Solana because it is. It's just download the Phantom. It's a contract address. Everybody's there. Why would we go anywhere else? To your point, you said, we need a catalyst. Well, we kind of did have a catalyst. And if you look at the timing for the Crow with Knife Pump, look at how it corresponds beautifully with our total value locked up in DeFi overall. And so the catalyst was really, hey, we're coming out of the bear market. Things are getting exciting in DeFi overall again. Total TVL was increasing in DeFi, so more people were using dApps, DEXs. Solana was the hottest. We saw a little bit of excitement for Sweet. We saw a little bit of excitement for base chain memes. CoinBaron, why aren't we seeing more of this happening right now, do you think? Do you think that as TVL increases that it's going to be good for Kronos, or do you think that the Kronos success doesn't necessarily correspond with this total TVL chart? Because for a frame of reference, guys, total value locked up in DeFi overall at the peak of 2021 was at 178 billion. Today, you could argue that DeFi hasn't even really begun its bull market yet because it's at 123. What are your thoughts on Kronos, CoinBaron? What are your thoughts on kind of how this relates to Kronos, and just kind of expanding on how we're chatting through Solana versus Kronos and the rest of it?
I think more interesting statistics is the active amount of wallets and the volume on chain. And I think I'm actually a lot more bullish about the future of the Kronos chain, because what made me come to the Kronos chain is how easy it is to get from fiat to actual DeFi application. Because of course, thanks to the on-chain wallet, you can easily go from crypto.com to the on-chain wallet. And on the on-chain wallet, you can do Solana, but you can also do built-in Kronos, you can do Ethereum, you can do so many things. So I think, again, once the retail comes, the amount of active wallets on Kronos chain also will come. Next to that, the guys are talking about a catalyst, and it's a bit of speculation, but we have the announcement of the Lion token. I don't know if you guys have a Loaded Lion NFT yourself, but the Loaded Lion NFT is definitely, I think, a blue chip NFT collection. And we have seen the success really of the Pudgy Penguins. And right now, they're very close to launching their abstract chain. I don't know if that will be a big blast, but I do think that the Loaded Lion token could be the catalyst. So who knows? Who knows?
Oh man, Loaded Lion token. I saw that and I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. I mean, bring it. At this point, I'm not gonna be that guy in the corner saying, "Dude, that's no crow." Nah, I mean, whatever. I mean, welcome everybody. Let's crow. Let's go, Loaded Lions. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't have any, but I'm all for it.
I think it's a good reward for all the people that have been sitting there holding their Loaded Lions, supporting crypto.com with the game and the NFTs. Everybody has been asking for a while. I was very into the Loaded Lions for a while. I actually sold mine, and I sold my Cyber Cubs, and I actually made some profit in some BRC20 plays and some Solana, and the Crow with Knife meme coin was better than holding the NFTs for a point in time. I was holding the Mary token there for a minute, and everybody knows at this point, and you know, I'm out for now. I still actually, that's my favorite community token still. I love Crow with Knife as well, but those are the two big ones. The Lion coin. The Lion coin is definitely something that's interesting. I'm excited that they're rewarding that community. And you have a good point, CoinBaron. Maybe that could be some kind of catalyst. And I think that's really what everybody's been waiting for in this crypto.com ecosystem is more catalysts. Certainly the exchange launch could be that. Certainly the Lion token getting launched could be that. I bet you that Lion token is going to get launched on crypto.com like that because it's, you know, crypto.com launched their game. So let's see exactly how that plays out. The Loaded Lion game, I dabbled with it. It was a little bit fun, but I'm not a big gamer. I'm not a big NFT.
The game is boring, honestly. It's really boring. But the other benefits of the Lion token is, for example, you get tickets to games. So yeah, they need to work on the game though.
They do, and they had some strategic partnerships which were cool and exciting, but like the game is kind of boring. I played it for a little bit. I was like, oh, it's like kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, kind of. And you know, I'm really not that much about it. I don't think that that's going to be the biggest catalyst that's going to bring mainstream adoption. What do you guys think? Let's pivot into this, I guess. What do you guys think is going to be the next catalyst to bring mainstream adoption to crypto.com to continue the growth? Like, here's a story right now that we're seeing from Chris retweeted. I pulled it up earlier, but I want to chat a little bit more about it. Everybody's excited about the RWA sector. Here's an interesting question. Do you think that Chris Marsliak coming out and saying this, you know, every stock and bond will be tokenized, trading 24/7, 365 as BlackRock CEO wants the SEC to rapidly approve tokenization of bonds and stocks? Clearly, they want to start stocks and bonds with this RWA assets on their platform. In the long run, do you think that stock and bonds trading will grow the crypto.com platform more? Or do you think that crypto assets will grow the crypto.com platform more? This is a very interesting strategy to get more people onboarded to their app. I think it'll help people get in crypto, but which one do you think will like be more of a big deal for the crypto.com company? And what are your thoughts on this? Oscar, go ahead.
There's so much that we're still waiting on to kick the price, and so we finally go up in value and we start having so much fun with our bags exploding. That I think that, you know, every stock and bond will be tokenized. It's just gonna take a while. I'm not really like banking on that to make me a millionaire, but I'm like, okay, yes, but if Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, is speaking on it and he's, you know, in a way somewhat bullish on it, it's great, but it's gonna take years. So I'm not really an expert.
But Oscar, he wants it rapidly. He wants it so rapidly. Look at him.
Yeah, which I mean, people also want the Bitcoin strategic reserve rapidly approved, and we're still kind of like still on it, right? So these 4 years, we're gonna see so much happening into the market, and that's gonna be one. This is gonna be another one. We know the strategic reserve, and that one, tokenization, RWA, real world assets. I'm all for it because, hey, as long as it benefits the blockchain, it's gonna benefit TVL, it's gonna benefit adoption, it's gonna benefit, you know, crypto as a whole, Bitcoin and crypto. So it's not a no for me. It's just that I'm like, okay, there's so much that we need to first check to get to this point. But in all fairness, a few days ago at Davos, right? He was like, if everyone hold 2 to 5% of Bitcoin allocation, the price will be $500,000 to $700,000. He said it. There's a video he's speaking about it. So just shows you that as long as we have a good allocation on Bitcoin, you know, there's going to be much higher demand coming from BlackRock.
Absolutely. CoinBaron, do you have thoughts on kind of this new tease from Chris and just RWAs in general and how it might help or grow crypto.com, or is it a big deal? Is it not?
I think this is absolutely huge because really stocks are still using Dino Tech. You can only trade it during weekdays and only during office hours, really. But there are so many reasons why you might want to sell on a Sunday or in the evening. And if you have a platform where you can do that, like on crypto.com, I would directly go there instead of going to Robinhood or going to any other dApp. And of course, there will be more competitors, but if they are one of the first moving into that market with tokenized asset, honestly, they're big. And also, I think Oscar mentioned something about DevOps as well. That's also huge because they're talking right now about pitching this to the world elite, really the richest people in the world. So if you're still here, still holding Bitcoin right now, you're before the richest people in the world. So we're still early.
It's true.
Yeah, and I think I saw. Go ahead, Oscar. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying this too, which I agree. I mean, it's, you know, the sky's the limit right now. I mean, even at 6-figure BTC price, it's early. I mean, from comparing, I mean, going all the way to $1 million per Bitcoin, that is a 10x price. That is just BTC. When finally crypto gets adopted right now, World Liberty Financial, Trump's company, is buying Ethereum, like millions and millions of Ethereum, you know, worth of Ethereum. So that comes to show that they know what's ahead, right? And that's what people are excited for the future on crypto.
Yep. And, you know, I saw a story about Congress the other day. A lot of the people coming into Congress now, most of them don't own Bitcoin still, apparently. And that's only of the people that reported it. Let's be honest. I'm sure a lot of them have some Bitcoin, but they didn't report it. You know, it is Bitcoin after all, right? But no, I'm really excited about this RWA thing. And you made an excellent point, CoinBaron, in my opinion, with the 24/7 thing. And that's what, you know, he was saying, Chris, on this tweet of his. You know, all of a sudden, if there's a world event that happens, there's a breakout of this, or this country is having another conflict with this country, or you know, I don't want to get into a whole variety of bad or maybe good things that happen, but there's so many things that happen, maybe on a Saturday, maybe on a Sunday, that you're just gonna you're gonna get to the market on Monday and you're gonna be panicking to sell. You're gonna be running to sell. Well, what if you could be first? You could really react. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. Maybe you'd be better off holding sometimes. Don't react on fear, guys. Actually, when there's fear, typically I like to buy the dip, right? And when there's greed, we like to take some profit. That's a good way to do this. But it is going to be interesting. One of the cool things about this crypto.com getting in the RWA sector for me is this is probably, in my mind, going to be one of the biggest catalysts to get your friends, your uncles, your neighbors, your cousins, your coworkers that were ignoring crypto to start paying attention. Clearly, we have a pro-crypto president now. He launched a meme coin. That was a catalyst to get some people paying attention to crypto. Well, now what if you want to get into stock trading and there's a platform where you can do 24/7 stock trading like crypto.com, but you can't do it over on Robinhood, Yacht, or they're first. And you made a great point, CoinBaron. And Oscar, you made the point earlier. Who's the first to list the Trump token? Crypto.com was one of the first. So if they're the first for doing these tokenized assets, all of a sudden, now crypto.com is going to get some downloads. Now they're going to get people using the app. What are they going to do? They're in a crypto.com app trading stocks. You think maybe now they'll dabble with crypto if they haven't done it already? And at that point, getting into CRO, you know, that is one thing that I think a lot of people are forgetting with the CRO token. It's very easy to be pessimistic because we're not in altcoin season, because we're only just starting to see some of these moves, because CROCoin's been struggling versus Bitcoin. And the reality is, guys, is our total market cap hasn't broken out yet. We have not seen even the beginning of some of the things that crypto.com's planning on doing. You've obviously got the Kronos roadmap, which you've all been talking about quite a bit. When you think about it, and I was actually very curious to see, the RWA thing isn't even on this roadmap yet. I couldn't even imagine what else they're going to bring to the table for us that isn't on the roadmap yet. But I'm very excited, guys. Gentlemen, do you have any kind of general other thoughts on crypto.com you want to get off your chest regarding whether the roadmap or just this bull market overall? Kind of some final thoughts for the Crow fam. Let's kind of wrap it up, I guess. We had a nice conversation here, but take your time. What do you guys have anything else on your plate? Anything you want to get off your chest regarding Kronos, crypto.com, anything of the sort?
Well, I've been waiting like you guys since 2020, 2021. And we waited through the hell and struggles. I'm not about to give up when things are about to get better. We waited, we paid our dues. We went through everything and now every single challenge for the crypto industry. Great news, bad news, bankruptcies, rug pull scams, defamation and even lies, where Chris coming out always, hey, that's false, that's false, that's false. So I'm like, there's respect. And also he's not close to this administration. I think this is the last year. I think I'm going to be telling my community, be patient. This might be the last year where that applies, because they will know once the price starts ramping up and everybody just starts embracing crypto that it worked. So she said, there's a countdown right now. There's a countdown to greatness, to Bitcoin, to Ethereum, to other different tokens, to decentralization and also adoption and signs, adoption and orders when it comes to strategic reserves. And just give it about, 5-6 months. Once we start getting into the summer, I think by then now things are getting serious. And Crow has to, not a choice, to break that 20 cents, to break that 25 cents at last and get us back in track to 30, 40 cents. That's when people are going to start talking more people building on Kronos. People are excited and throwing meme coins like candy. It's like, here's my Crow dogecoin, meme coin, whatever. I mean, it's going to be crazy and fun. It is what it is. Be safe, not financial advice, but I'm so waiting for it. That's all I got to say, brother.
I have one follow-up for you on a point that you made, telling your audience to be patient. And this is kind of the last maybe year. And you were kind of alluding to, and it sounded like, and correct me if I'm wrong in understanding you, and I want to know your thoughts on it. Are you saying that up only for the future? Are you saying 4-year cycle is a limit? It felt maybe like you were hinting maybe that a 4-year cycle thing goes away. And I ask you that, and maybe that's what you meant, maybe that wasn't, because I got to be honest, with all the things we're seeing, part of me has that in my heart. I where it becomes more of an everlasting market. I'm skeptical of it, but what are your thoughts on it? Is that what you were alluding to, Oscar?
Well, if we take a look at the 4-year cycle and other different indicators, finally, right now, after a Bitcoin halving year of 2024, it takes about 9 to 10 months to do something for the price of Bitcoin. In April, we waited all the way till November. So that's like 5-6 months, which perfect. Then from November all the way here, that's 4 months. So 4 plus 6, now we're looking at about 9, 10, which is perfect. But here it comes the altcoin season, where Bitcoin still has to go and past 150,000 plus. But that's going to get the Bitcoin dominance roughly around 57, close to 58%. I will say no more than that. Then right now it's what, 58, it went all the way to 62. So 50, 60 tops, that's it. And then once we are looking at the 170,000 plus, that's when it's our chance. It's going to be our turn for altcoins, when the liquidity is going to be switching to Ethereum and more. And at that point, I'm looking, around close to the Q3, Q4 of 2025. There's no chance that we're just not going to see a beautiful altcoin season. So that's what I'm saying, bro. That all the wait is going to be paid off, and there's not going to be more. Be patient, because they're going to see it. That we're going to.
I got you. Okay. So less of the 4-year cycle time, more of like the time is coming is kind of what you're saying. I get you. CoinBaron, how about you? Just any other thoughts to get off your chest? Any comments on that that discussion, anything Oscar said, broader market sentiment, do you want to talk about as we're here kind of talking with the people?
Yeah, talking about sentiment, I built a CROFAM social risk indicator. You can really see it's back at levels really low. Let's say, give or take, October 2024. So when we were trading at about 7 cents. So right at that time, we started with a new ballistic move upside to the upside. So often when those levels are low, you can expect new uptrends, especially because normally in February, Bitcoin on average goes up about 14%. So who knows? Maybe next month we will be talking a lot more bullish about the CRO token, the Kronos chain, and whatever. But let's see. Let's talk in about a month again.
Yeah, I saw that too, man. That was pretty cool. I've got to pick your brain another time. Maybe that's a little too boring for the people. How you created that tool. That's super neat that you did. But there's so many different ways that we can track this market. Oscar, I'm with you too. In that, we just have a lot of time left. Q3, Q4. The biggest thing I've been talking, I talked about it, I think on every single CROCast too. I talk about it in most videos, is we're only 800 days into the bull market. They generally last about 1,050, 1,070 days. It's kind of, so that brings us to September, maybe October of 2025. That could be the big move. In terms of the 4-year cycle thing, it feels like it could be a super cycle, but even if you guys feel that, and I have that in my heart somewhere, I feel that in my heart somewhere, the thing that we all got to remember, and these guys know it best, taking profit on the way up is key, guys. Buying low, selling high, taking profit. Sometimes you're going to take a loss. I get it. But you know what, guys? We got to keep that to a limit, because if you're buying low or buying high, selling low all the time, that's going to put yourself in a tough position. You're just going to be shedding money before the real boom begins, because the reality is a lot of these tokens that we're buying today, even if they go down tomorrow, in 4 months, 7 months, they're probably going to be a lot higher if you picked a good one. There's so many great plays here. There's so many exciting things coming into 2025. Big shout out to Oscar and CoinBaron for joining us. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put a link to their YouTube channels in the description down below. Give them a follow. Give Oscar a follow. Give CoinBaron a follow, guys. Go ahead, and I'll let you guys say goodbye. A little last sentence for the people, my folks, and then we'll say bye-bye.
I think we had another amazing CROCast episode 3. Thank you so much, CryptoKev and CoinBaron, and shout out to my man Blacksea as well, joining us probably next time. But yeah, guys, we're doing this once a month, and I think the first one, the last one, and finally this one, Trump is now the president. It's all official. Things are getting up to speed, but I'm bullish. Next one, we're gonna be very, very happy. Thank you, guys. Like and subscribe.
Yep. CoinBaron.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Good one. Yeah, guys, strap into the CROCast experience. We'll be back in a month's time again.
Absolutely. And I, would be remiss if I said, hey, I got some links down below. If you guys want to sign up for Blowfin, do some trading, check it out. You can sign up for crypto.com as well, guys. Thank you to Oscar. Thank you to CoinBaron. Thank you guys for watching. More CROCast coming, maybe next time on CoinBaron's channel. So make sure you subscribe to him. Make sure you subscribe to Oscar. We'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.